Market open on your screen. The first trades, 160, 170 points higher, I think is where we are starting on the Nifty. We'll have the 240 points actually. So 24,300 plus. This is around the level where we started yesterday. So, straight off after the close on Friday, we started at about 24,300 and we are back there at this point in time. So, about 285 points in the green, 1% plus. Bank Nifty is starting about 0.9%. Of course, Nifty Bank has been much weaker. At yesterday's low, the Nifty Bank took support of the 50% retracement of the rally, which began on the 4th of June low, the election day low, to the all-time high. So we've already retraced here on the Nifty Bank, 50% of that entire move. Mid-cap index is starting 2% in the green. That's good, 56,986. I mean, even if large caps do what they do, if broader markets are more robust, I mean, you'd find more people looking upbeat rather than downbeat. Advanced decline is good, 344 down, and about 1,400 stocks which are higher at this point in time. So a good-looking start with about 290, 300 points on the board, 24,345.
Okay, and the 24,300 is something that the market has now conquered yet again. Sensex back up 930 points. So one up day, one down day, a lot of volatility. But today, the market is in the favor of the bulls for sure. Tata Motors is your top gainer, up almost 4%. ONGC as well, after the good numbers, up about 3%. Adani Ports, L&T, Maruti Suzuki, Tata Steel, a couple of other names that are surging this morning. On the downside, barely any stocks. Apollo Hospitals, SBI Life and H2L. Apart from that, you have, a lot of stocks that are in the news in the broader markets. But for now, the start is looking very good.
Well, that's right, Sonia. And just take a look at a few stocks. You have V-Mart Retail. The stock is flying away. It's up more than 10%. We're talking about a wobbly market. The street likes those numbers. The margins have expanded by 500 basis points. So good going out there. They reported a profit that compares with a loss. Another stock, cash market stock from the broader markets is Indraprastha Medical. Well, out there, those numbers look quite good. And it seems the street likes it because that stock as well has opened up with a big gain. I think it's up close to around 15% as we speak. It was, I think, locked up and now it's moved higher. Indraprastha Medical is the one that we're talking about, 18% higher on that name as well. So good up move is what we're seeing on that stock. Zomato, back to its winning ways. The stock is up close to around 5%. You have PFC as well that's bouncing back after the sharp decline we saw yesterday. So that stock is higher. Godrej Property is up 4.5%. So good move on that one. And these metal-related names as well that got spanked yesterday, well, they have pulled back a little bit. You have SAIL that's up and about in today's trading session. Marico, though, that stock is under pressure. It's down close to around 3% odd. But a good start to the trading session. The Nifty is up more than 250 points. You'll want it to build on its gains. And the broader markets, an exact opposite of what we saw yesterday. When we started our trade yesterday, you had only 150 stocks that were advancing and all the other stocks were declining. Today, you have only 150 stocks that are declining. So the advanced decline ratio should come up for you. Good looking. Let's hope we build on from here. Prashant.
Absolutely. Nigel Motherson is the top volume-led gainer across the board at this point. Stocks at about 184 and volumes are very, very large. So there's a 5% gain. Mazgaon Dock is coming up with a 3% gain. You mentioned PFC. PFC is about 4.5 higher. REC is also up about 4%. It's actually giving up some gains, but 3.6 odd higher on REC as well. There is Cera Sanitary Ware, which is jumping another 7%. Cera was up strongly yesterday as well. Friday's close on the name was 8,900. Yesterday's close was 9,400. And stocks at about 1,080 right now. And volumes are also not bad for this point in the day. We've got IREDA, which is up 4.5%, 250. I'm not sure what's happening with Lux, but again, from 2,070 to about 2,400, Friday to today. So that's a big mover yesterday and on the upside and today as well. So these stand out because market's been down otherwise. NBCC is up about 3.5%. Stocks at 174. Bombay Stock Exchange is up 3%. So it's been, BSE has been all over the place. I mean, the recent low was 2,100. Then it rallied to a high of 2,600. And of course, yesterday it fell to a low of about 2,340 and coming back up a little bit right now. We had the management of BLS in the morning. BLS is up 6%. It's off the highs though, BLS, but it's still got solid gains. That's Bombay, London, Singapore. Yeah, that's one. So 372 on BLS. Brigade is up 5%. Stocks at 1176. Titagarh is up 4.5%. Hoodco is up 3.6. Schneider is up 7.5%. Is it reacting to earnings? I'm not sure, but that's a large move on a large stock coming through. KPIT, HBL Power, EMS Limited. I could go on with what's happening out there. Market breadth is also very, very positive.
Just
as you
one more
highlighted.
stock, Gokuldas. Just want to highlight that stock. We'll try to reach out to the management as well. I think Bangladesh, I'm looking at the 2022 numbers, and Bangladesh contributed close to around 11% of the total global exports in the apparel segment. And that's where Gokuldas, caters to. So because of that, it appears the street senses that there could be an opportunity. 11% of the total contribution came in for Bangladesh. So I guess that's the reason why that one is flying away, up close to around 8%.
Also, just want to mention two sets of stocks. One is the real estate names are all rallying this morning. We were just reading about that possibility of the government preferring grandfathering till July 2024 as a relief to counter the removal of the indexation for real estate. The decision is not finalized just yet, but the possibility of that indexation relief is something that's getting all the real estate stocks up and about. And, Prashant was talking about Motherson Wiring. Good set of numbers, more on that later. But the revenue growth of 15%, EBITDA growth of 15%, profit growth of 21%. So Motherson Wiring is up and about on that.
Gokuldas, we'll try and have the management join us on the air because, the incumbent Prime Minister has been deposed. I mean, she's out of the country now, Sheikh Hasina. The government's gone. And of course, a new government will be formed in consultation with the army. But generally, I mean, is the interpretation that there is more certainty and operations were effected and they kind of are back on track now? So of course, I mean, market is collective wisdom. So this is being read as positive, certainly positive. 9.5% now on Gokuldas exports, 1,010, 1,015. As I said, we'll try and have Siva, the CEO of Gokuldas, join us to explain to us what the situation there is with their operations specifically. And of course, Bangladesh is a market as well. Pankaj.